Y'all, what is going on with these Spirit Blossom skins? And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that more in a concerned parent type of way. Don't get me wrong, there are some exciting aspects in these skins, but there's also some really disappointing ones. Let's talk about it. Hi y'all, my name is Miss Chim, your favorite League of Legends girly friend, and this is my thoughts and review on the Spirit Blossom skins. Personally, I do believe that we're going to get 2 rounds of the Spirit Blossom skins, but in this first round we have Ivern, Zyra, Bard, Varus, with Ashe and Irelia both getting legendaries and Lux getting a prestige. I do believe there is one outstanding skin in this lineup, with a lot of others falling short. This does not mean that I think the skins are bad. They're just lacking a little flavor, a little inspiration. First up is Ashe. She's going to be the first legendary that we receive in the skin line, and I think she looks pretty. The model is cute. She's got a little bubble skirt on, and the bow with the 2 little glass balls on it that upgrade as you upgrade your ultimate. Cute! She has very pretty abilities. The home guards is very nice, but let's get into the actual abilities. For the passive, I like the little cherry blossoms that linger when she applies her passive. Personally though, to me, it doesn't really make sense because like she's slowing them with her ice, but it's not ice. Like it doesn't make sense, but it's cute. So I think we let it slide. The Q is so pretty, but she doesn't have her hands on the bow. I'm a little bit confused by that. Like she's doing like a motion, but her hands are not actually on it. I'm really gonna need to try out this skin because I wanna know what it looks like when you're kiting. Like, is it gonna look odd and weird because she doesn't have her hands on the bow? Or I'm really confused. Her hair does look a little stiff to me, but it's giving wet and wavy strawberry deck. Maybe strawberry bubblegum, but like, you get the reference, right? For her W, I love the way she jumps and spins. It's so animated. But again, I wonder how this is gonna look in actual combat. The hawk shot, her E, is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it literally gives everything it needed to give. And then again, her ult, very pretty. The actual ult when it's flying gives me KDA all out. I don't know if y'all peep that as well, but nonetheless, very pretty. Here's my ratings for the skin. Overall, I think it's a pretty cute skin. I like the animations. Some of them give me Sona, but maybe I'm a little basic for that because she was playing the harp. Now the chromas are alright, but let's talk about how this skin was supposedly supposed to be the Exalted, and they took away some of the features to get it down to a legendary. Now, I've already told y'all how I feel about Exalted skins. I feel like it will never be worth it. But the fact that they could take away a couple of things and it makes a legendary, just make the legendaries, man. Just make the legendaries. Also, I want to ask y'all, have we gotten to a point in the League of Legends skin realm where everything in a skin reminds us of another skin or somebody else? Like the way that I was saying this Ashe skin kind of gives me some hints of Sona. Is that just me being nitpicky? Do I just know too much League of Legends? Or does that mean that we are continuously copying things from other skins or from other characters? I feel like nothing has its own category anymore. I always think of another champion or another skin when I see something. Are we lacking individuality when it comes to skins, or are we lacking creativity when it comes to coming up with new concepts, new ideas? Has everything truly already been done, or am I just seeing too many commonalities? Do you get what I'm saying? Next, let's talk about Irelia. I think Irelia's base model looks nice, and she has a nice taunt where she's standing there and she motions like, come on, try me. And I won't. Like, she looks good. But I do feel like the abilities lack the embodiment of Spirit Blossom, similarly to what Ashe was able to get. Now, don't get me wrong, I think her W, the charge up of the damage reduction, where the demon hands, they're doing all beautiful, flawless, love that. But in her other animations or other emotes, it's a lot of movement of blades, but it doesn't give me too much. The ultimate is nice for Irelia, but I do wish they added more rippling water effects. Like if she was walking into her ultimate, like there would be some rippling water. It looks nice, but it still feels like it was just lacking a little more Spirit Blossom. The home guards and the chromas are cool. I think there's only a couple of chromas that stand out to me, but I think the only real ability here that gives me legendary is the W. It just really stood out. It was something to remember. Besides that, I don't have much else to say. I had so much to say about Ashe, but Irelia doesn't have that much. Somebody did bring up in my stream that possibly the reason that they didn't do too much with Irelia is because Irelia mains are really focused on skill expression. Maybe they don't want a bunch of cherry blossoms flying out the seams and going left, right, and back again. But if that's the case, use her base skin. I feel like if we're gonna do something, we should do it right. And unfortunately, if we compare the Ashe legendary to this legendary, it doesn't measure up. So here's my ratings for the skin. Next up is Varus, and y'all, I kind of like this skin because for some reason it reminds me of like demons from Demon Slayer, but this skin looks so regular to me. Like it's a regular skin, it's regularly priced, and it's just that. I have nothing bad to say about this skin, but I also have nothing memorable or fantastical to say about this skin. It's just a skin. Here's my rating for the skin. As you can see, nothing excites me here, but also nothing repels me. I hate to say the word mid, but it is like mid-tier. All right, let's talk about Zyra. It's pink. It's definitely pink. This skin is pink. If you like the color pink, this skin is for you because it's pink. It's so pink. It's giving me pink chroma for Crystal Rose. The splash art is very pretty, but when is the splash art not pretty? The plants are pink. The plants are pink. Some of the plants have swords. The ultimate, it's an ultimate. The chromas are pretty. I was honestly kind of excited to see what they would do with the pink chroma because the base skin is so pink. They kind of gave her the Barbie treatment and gave her a nice little blonde 30-inch, which is cute. All right, y'all, let's talk about Bard. This one is really weird as it makes my body have a very weird response to looking at it. I don't know what it is about his face and his beard. I don't know if it's the colors, but it like kind of makes my skin crawl. Like I'm actually having like some type of like, I don't know. I think it looks poisonous, maybe. That's why, and I'm like, I shouldn't touch it. And so my skin starts crawling and it's like, ooh. You know, but I don't think it's an ugly skin. I think the Q is very pretty. I think the sounds are gorgeous. I think the tunnel is really cute, but I don't know what it is about Bard in his face. It really does elicit some type of response from my body. And my skin is literally itching thinking about it. I don't know, that's never happened to me before. His autos are very nice, but y'all, I just can't get over his face. I'm also not too much of a fan of his splash art. I think this is a personal problem. It's just very off-putting to me. Next, let's talk about Ivern. I see a lot of y'all were very upset and just calling this skin a recolor, and I kind of agree. The Q does look nice. I truly wonder how much can they do with the bushes? Why are the bushes not pink like it is in his recall? I wonder if there's something to do with like visual clarity, or they just didn't want to make it stand out too much. The shield was also kind of lackluster. And Daisy is alright, but I just feel like more could have been done. And a lot of people are saying, but this is going to be the free skin in the battle pass. Okay, so since it's a free skin, does that mean that we don't get inspiration, we don't get creativity, we don't get expression? I feel like even though it's just a free skin, there should still be a bunch of effort put into the skin. I think the best way for me to describe this skin is boiled chicken. Like you literally took chicken out of the package, put it into boiling water, no seasoning, no salt, no pepper, no oregano, no garlic salt, no garlic powder, no onion powder, no Italian seasonings whatsoever, no breadcrumbs. Instead, you just put it in the boiling water, you let it cook, you take it out, and you eat it because you have the human desire to eat. It is going to satiate you, and that is why it exists. That is why you made it. It is flavorless. It is just there to eat. There's nothing memorable from this skin. And I did say, when do the splash arts not eat, we found one. The problem here is I feel like, again, it is the boiled chicken. The background is so blurry and we just see Ivern in his face, and even Daisy is blurred out. There's nothing that it's giving. And it makes me sad because just because it's a free skin does not mean that it has to be devoid of style, devoid of effort. Ivern is not a champion that gets a skin every year the way that we're about to talk about Prestige Lux. It's every once in a while, and when he does get this skin, this is what the Ivern mains or the Ivern enjoyers get. Wouldn't you feel let down if that was your main champion and this is the one time in probably the next 2 to 3 years that you get a skin and this is what you get? This is what is on the plate before you, boiled chicken. I would be disappointed too. But let's move on to Prestige Lux. Lux mains, you and me. Let me just start by saying this. I like Lux. I play Lux. I play Lux APC. I play Lux mid. I don't play Lux support. I'm not even gonna lie. I love having a Lux support when I'm playing Jinx or Caitlyn. But I need y'all to be so for real with me. Lux in this skin line does not make any sense. People saying that she hasn't gotten a skin in a year, okay. There are too many champions to even count that haven't gotten skins in several years. And y'all are trying to clock people who are upset that Lux is here getting her 3rd prestige in a Spirit Blossom skin line. Fairy Court has a similar aesthetic and looks better than this skin. Lux being here serves no other purpose than funding. I want y'all to be so for real with me. Do I want other nice things in League of Legends that this skin will probably pay for? Yes. Am I complaining? No. But do I wish other champions got their moment, their shine, to have their time, to have their part in amazing, highly loved skin line? Absolutely. But am I gonna sit here and pretend that she deserves a 3rd prestige? Especially in the Ionian storyline where we are celebrating the Ionian festival? Spirit Blossom? Absolutely not. Now let's get into this actual skin. The splash art is very pretty. I feel like her fit could have been more. Prestiges are supposed to be high fashion in that era or in that line, correct? The Q and W do give me prestige, but at the very same time, Fairy Court Lux is eating this up every single day of the week. Fairy Court Lux isn't even a prestige. If we want to compare prestiges, we can compare Porcelain. But if we're comparing Porcelain Lux, I do prefer the Q and the W from this skin line more. But the regular schmegular Fairy Court skin is eating up this Q, this W, and this E. And if we want to talk about her ultimate, the ultimate is so bland. Again, Fairy Court Lux is eating this up every day of the week. For example, Fairy Court, look at the difference in the 2 E's. Which would you rather have? Y'all, moral of the story is they hit the mark with the Ashe legendary, but it was supposed to be an exalted skin and they took away some things to bring it down to a legendary. I thought after the April Fool's skins that it was looking up, it was looking great, but these skins are so regular, they lack so much flavor, they lack inspiration. I feel like I'm no longer wowed by skins. The Ashe skin, yes, beautiful. When can we get that creativity in other legendaries? And why wasn't it given to Irelia? I really want to like these skins, y'all. I really do. But instead of getting fed a 5-course meal, we're getting fed boiled chicken. How do y'all feel? Did I miss something? I came so ready to absolutely love Spirit Blossom this year because everybody loves Spirit Blossom. Spirit Blossom is so much fun after the cinematic. Oh, I was so excited. And again, I do believe there will be a 2nd round. So maybe in the 2nd round of skins, we're gonna have a blast. It's gonna be great. Do y'all think I was too harsh? Or do you think that you're consuming boiled chicken as well when you look at these skins? If you want to talk about it in person, I stream every day at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 3 p.m. Eastern. If you live anywhere else, you're gonna have to do that conversion yourself. You can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Miss Chim Chim LOL. Anyways, I'm gonna call you back later. Bye.